In the complex world of international trade, tariffs are a common tool used by governments to protect their domestic industries. A tariff is simply a tax imposed on goods imported from another country, making them more expensive for consumers and businesses. This can help to level the playing field for domestic producers who may face competition from cheaper foreign goods. Reciprocal tariffs, as the name suggests, involve the imposition of matching tariffs by two trading partners. In simpler terms, if country A decides to impose a 20% tariff on steel imports from country B could retaliate by imposing a 20% tariff on agricultural products imported from country A. This tit-for-tat approach to tariffs is often used as a means of economic retaliation or to gain leverage in trade negotiations. The underlying principle behind reciprocal tariffs is the principle of reciprocity, which suggests that trade relationships should be mutually beneficial. When one country imposes tariffs on another, it disrupts this balance and can be seen as a hostile act. By imposing reciprocal tariffs, countries aim to deter their trading partners from engaging in protectionist policies and encourage them to move towards freer and fairer trade. However, the use of reciprocal tariffs can also lead to escalating trade wars, which can harm both economies involved. Reciprocal tariffs are a tool used in trade disputes between countries. These tariffs are applied in equal measure. When one country places a tariff on a particular good, the other country responds with a tariff of the same value on a different good. For example, country A might place a 20% tariff on car imports from country B. In return, country B might place a 20% tariff on wheat imports from country A. The idea behind reciprocal tariffs is to create a deterrent. If a country knows that imposing a tariff will result in an immediate retaliation, they may be less likely to impose tariffs in the first place. This can help to prevent trade wars, which are harmful to both sides. However, reciprocal tariffs don't always work as intended. In some cases, they can actually escalate trade tensions. For example, if country B feels that country A's initial tariff was unjustified, they may respond with an even higher tariff. This can lead to a cycle of retaliation, which can damage businesses and consumers in both countries. Despite their limitations, reciprocal tariffs remain an important tool in international trade. They can be used to protect domestic industries, deter unfair trade practices, and promote free trade. One of the most well-known examples of reciprocal tariffs in recent history is the trade war between the United States and China, which began in 2018. The Trump administration imposed tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods, and China retaliated with tariffs of its own on American products. This trade war had a significant impact on both economies, disrupting supply chains, raising prices for consumers, and creating uncertainty in the global market. Another example is the trade dispute between the European Union and the United States over subsidies to aircraft manufacturers Airbus and Boeing. Both sides imposed tariffs on a range of goods, including wine, cheese, and aircraft parts. This long-running dispute has had a negative impact on trade relations between the two economic giants. In the 1930s, the United States enacted the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. This protectionist policy provoked retaliation from other countries, leading to a global trade war that exacerbated the Great Depression. These examples highlight the potential consequences of reciprocal tariffs. While they can be an effective tool for addressing trade imbalances and protecting domestic industries, they can also lead to unintended negative consequences, such as trade wars and economic hardship. The future of reciprocal tariffs in global trade remains uncertain. Some experts believe that they will continue to be an important tool for countries to protect their interests and negotiate trade deals. Others argue that the rise of global value chains and the increasing interconnectedness of the global economy make it more difficult to use tariffs effectively without harming one's own economy. The increasing use of free trade agreements, which typically involve the reduction or elimination of tariffs between member countries, could also limit the use of reciprocal tariffs in the future. However, the recent trend towards protectionism and economic nationalism suggests that tariffs are likely to remain a feature of international trade for the foreseeable future. Finding the right balance between protecting domestic industries and promoting free trade is a delicate task. Reciprocal tariffs can be a useful tool in this balancing act, but they must be used judiciously to avoid unintended consequences. As the global economy continues to evolve, it will be interesting to see how the role of reciprocal tariffs changes in the years to come.